Y'all about to be on the air. Stand by. Come here, Digo.
And what is up? You are listening to Rise Up Radio, 99.5 FM, WBAI New York, streaming on www.wbai.org. What's going on? It's all fellas tonight. The lady is off, Tasty Quiche. You can,
It's a vacation day.
it's a vacation. She took a
Recognition of Women's
vacation.
History Month.
Yeah, she's definitely living a black woman history. I don't know what you want to call it. What life is she living? She's hosting actually a show tonight at Public Assembly. What is that, North 6th Street?
Yeah, what's the address? 70 North
70
6th
North
Street,
6th Street?
between Kent and White.
Kent and White.
I think it's a
Street.
warning in front
It's
of that
going
number.
down.
A
It's
woman.
like it's like 2 blocks down from Bedford.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
She's she's got a big show tonight, ADM, friends of the show. They're putting on a monthly joint, and you can check her out, especially, after you listen to us.
Dude, you was partying last night?
Was I?
You sound like you was recovering right now.
I know, K said the same thing. He was like, yo, what's up? I'm like,
I
my
didn't
voice
say
is
that.
gone. No, you're saying,
Oh, okay.
I mean, yo,
my voice
Rise
is
Up
back.
Radio was back. It's
No,
been
K
a
was
month,
partying
son.
last night.
Nah.
Let's put it out
You know,
there.
we haven't been on air for like a month. You know, people probably
I
missing
know
us
they're
right
looking
now.
for us. But it's all good. Tonight we're giving you some new sounds in hip hop. The future of hip hop is right
Yeah.
here. This is where you're gonna find it. We got two big wigs in the building, Conscious Walker.
Yeah.
Say what's up to the people, Conscious.
Hey, how y'all doing?
And then we got the other man of the hour, LC, Levon Collins. How you doing, Levon?
Yeah, what's going on? What's poppin', baby?
We're doing big things up in Rise Up Radio. But before we get into anything else, we gotta get into some news. And I don't know if you saw it, but the Seattle police and that 15-year-old black girl.
Yeah,
This
man.
was on February 28th. This went down. And
Black History Month, the end of it.
Yeah, they decided to punctuate the month by punctuating this young woman's face.
Two white cops
Um,
against the cement wall, and then on the floor they just like two straight jabs to the back of the head. I mean, like, where are we going with the cops? What are we doing? Like, seriously, what are we
We're-
doing?
we're
We
not
had this
doing
big thing
anything.
about Sean Bell. We had this big thing about the NYPD. We just had these big, people was calling up. We was all angry. We said it's gonna stop. But now a 15-year-old girl, not even a dude, not even a guy, a 15-year-old girl got beat up
You
by
know,
two.
it's that in
white
Seattle.
men.
You know, it's elementary and junior high school kids getting cuffed on cheese buses by cops in Queens or in Brooklyn. You know, like especially during last year, there were a whole bunch of incidents like those. I mean, yeah, what are we doing with these cops? We're not doing anything.
Yeah, but we just sitting there, like, it makes you like, okay, you know what? All right, so we bring a lot of attention to the cops, we rise up, we say all this, stuff, but they still do it. And they do it like they don't even care, you know what I'm saying?
well, I mean, the thing
Like,
is that
they know there are video cameras there.
in my opinion, it's a national agenda of, it's a police state to the fullest extent, and it's a lot of usage of fear tactics. They did it on camera, on their own surveillance cameras. That's where the footage came from. I know that you got the footage up on TotalBlackTV.com.
Check that out.
There are a few other places you can see it, and it's clear that they really it's a devaluation, I think, of the worth of the life of a young person of color,
Mhm.
where they can just run in herself because she was shouting obscenities. Apparently, this is what it was about in one of the stories that I read on Sky News, which is a UK website, and in their version of the story, the girl was spewing obscenities and calling them fat pigs or whatever. That's no reason for two grown men. Well, the officer that
remember that was
attacked her
all
is
the
31 years
man.
old.
To
You know.
just,
Slammed her into the wall, knocked her on the floor, beat her while she was on the floor, and then to lift her, and they cuffed her, and then to lift her up onto her feet, they pulled her by her hair
yeah.
to lift her onto her feet
Like
to
an
walk her
animal.
to another cell. So the bottom line is that there's a culture of disrespect and devaluation, I think, of our lives.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's like one of the oldest themes for us in this country.
Yeah,
That's the problem right now, though. They're using that badge as a way to say that they're policing us, when they're really policing themselves. They're putting themselves in a predicament where they are going to get disrespected by, individuals, by residents in the 5 boroughs in the hood, because they disrespect themselves. So that's why we don't show them respect now.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, because I got a problem with police. I don't respect them who don't like the police. I'm all about,
But you know,
NWA.
Barack is like the head of all that.
He
That's
is.
that.
Oh, so we can go there.
I'm not co-signing
You want to go there?
I'm not co-signing that, man.
He's the commander.
No, he's not the commander at you, because you know what? Honestly,
Eddie James, your president.
at the end of the day, my
Like,
president,
that's the top
yeah, my
pick,
president is
like-
black. My president is Barack Obama all day. But no.
I'm
I
not
think,
co-signing that.
Your president was the
Yo,
We still
shout
gotta walk out
shout
the
out to
building, man.
Tube Steak, you know?
yeah, my president just put money back to this economy, but I'm not going there. But what I'm saying
Wow.
is about individualism. You know what I mean?
Right,
Even
right.
I could be a cop. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he could be my president. Devon could be my sergeant. Kay could be my captain. But what gives me the right to disrespect anyone
Yeah.
to that level? You know what I mean? What gives me the right to look at a 15-year-old black girl and say, I'm gonna treat her just like, you know what I'm saying? 6'7", 300 pounds,
You-
right?
you know what- you know what
Slam
the
her
thing-
head. If you see this video, you can check it out on TotalBlackTV.com, and you can check it out a lot of other places.
Mm.
But if you saw the force in which they slammed her and
Yeah.
lifted her by her hair
Yeah.
to carry her.
Now, this is the thing, right? Like, obviously, like, the way, you know, we could begin with just this year, you know, Oscar Grant, you know, the Post, you know, this, obviously, in Seattle. And we always look at these isolated racial incidents like just the person that is that is performing the activity as the cause of the situation, when there's an obvious institutional culture, you know, or principle that helps permeate that kind of culture. So we don't challenge the institution's ideals, we don't challenge the institution's practices, but then we want to challenge the individual that causes it to happen when they were inspired by whatever environment they were in to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to think about it, like, what makes them feel okay to do that? You know what I'm saying? There has to be like a certain environment that doesn't allow fear, you know, the concept that there's going to be a cause, or rather say an effect, you know, to pay
Repercussions
exactly,
for
you
their
know,
actions.
for that kind of activity. So we're going at the stem. We're going at the branches. We're not going at the root. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I have a problem with when we respond to these issues.
But we're not educated enough, though.
I don't
A
believe
lot
that.
of people don't
I
educate
don't believe
themselves
that.
and find out how to protect themselves. You'd be surprised, man.
No, I could say this. Like, I could understand, like, we may not know certain laws and
We
things
don't
of
know a
that
lot
nature,
of laws.
But I don't believe that we're not educated enough in knowing what it is that we got to target.
Maybe you're educated enough, but you can't speak for a lot of people. A lot of people are not educated enough on the law.
It's a mixed pot of people that know
Yeah.
and people that don't know.
Exactly.
That's just basically
Exactly.
what it is.
But I mean, if I walk around, I spit on cops, right? And so then, you know what I mean? And then on top of it, I go back to this incident, like you said, the isolated incident.
I'll give the Facebook, I like this
Oh,
comment
man.
on that.
Yeah, but I mean, if I do that, right, and then like my man Devon said, you know, we go back to isolated incidents. Is that just like a cycle? Because I'm gonna say, yeah, I spit in this cop's face, but then I'm gonna go back because when they put me in that paddy wagon, when they put me in the back of that truck, and they put me in that cell, it's a free fall.
Yeah.
Right.
If you spit in the cop face, people, let's be clear, you will get dealt with before they put you in the cell.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know that. But
And what's funny too,
I mean, like,
and what's
don't I have
funny
a
too
right?
is that you'll have even a whole lot of people that, like, let's say that they have a problem with police's activities towards us, and they'll be like, well, Dio spit on the cops, so he got what he got, you know.
Mhm.
Even
No,
though,
I
you know,
get it,
just
but I mean,
because.
there's a reason.